Yes, I'm interrupting my series on BTS's songwriting and creative preferences analysis because there's been hundreds of you who requested that I say something about the elephant in the room, which is BTS's maknae, Jungkook. His very first album, he didn't get any credits on the songwriting and production of any of the songs in his album, and many are critics and haters are saying that he is selling out in exchange of Western validation, and that armies are eating their words now because they've been highlighting BTS's creative control and songwriting skills, and this is what they get. The supposed most popular member of BTS not succeeding unless he is singing somebody else's song. The truth is that many of those that are criticizing or castigating him aren't castigating him because they think there's something fundamentally wrong with what they're doing. They're doing it because of two things. One, this is their chance to prove that their own favorites who are either writing their own songs but are not making it in the Western market, who may be making some headway in the Western market but aren't really writing their own songs, are actually just in the same level, if not better, than Jungkook and BTS. Second is that this is a chance for them to get back at ARMYs, who are really very good at highlighting the creative control and the songwriting skills of BTS's members. Remember that Jungkook already has 22 songwriting credits in Komka. And in all but 2 songs, he is credited as a co-lyricist, co-producer, and co-composer. And as early as 15 years old, he was already writing and producing. He is credited as a co-composer and co-producer of No More Dream. He was 15 years old. And some of the songs he has written really turned out to be some of the best from Asia, actually from the world. Run, BTS, one of my favorites. Stay With You, Telepathy, Magic Shop, another favorite of mine. I think it is safe to say that had he wanted to write his own songs for his album, he could have and he would have. That boils down to choice. I think it's just simple. He just didn't choose to write his own songs for this album, which leads me to my next point. Jungkook's goal is so clear. He wants global success across all genres. He makes no bones about it. He said he wants to be the first artist that can do K-pop, Western pop, musical, Latin. And although he didn't say it, I interpreted that to mean that he wanted to be the first artist that can do all of that successfully, because there are other artists that are trying to do it but are not succeeding. And that's the problem for many fans, because Jungkook is going to succeed. This album is going to set new records, and it's going to set the tone for his future releases. It's going to break boundaries. It's going to open new doors. He is paving another path. And that's scary for other fans because their favorites can't even get to the 2018 BTS level. And here is another member paving a new path, setting the standards higher. And to think it's not supposed to be happening anymore because BTS is supposed to be in the military by now, and the path is supposed to be clear for other groups, which is puzzling to me because BTS is not in anybody's way. They're not blocking anybody else's path. They're just doing their own thing, and their success doesn't mean somebody else's failure. But I guess for some fans, if they can't help their group to get to the level of BTS, the next viable thing to do is look for somebody to blame. And right now, that happens to be Jungkook. Does this prove that Jungkook can't succeed with songs that he himself wrote? He already has. My Time, number 84 in Billboard Hot 100, Stay Out, number 22 in Billboard Hot 100, 179 million streams since Spotify filtered. Film Out, number 81. All those were never promoted, and Film Out was not even supposed to be a global release. It was for a Japanese album, and it still entered Billboard Hot 100. He did all of that with singles that were never promoted, and as I've said, some of the songs that he co-wrote and co-produced, like Run, turned out to be some of the best, not just from K-pop, not just from Asia, but from the music industry in general. So does this prove that Jungkook cannot succeed if he is singing his own songs? No, he already has succeeded with his own songs. he is just seeking Western validation. I'm really not sure anymore what you mean when you say Western validation. Is it Western fans? Because he's not short of Western fans. I mean, this is one of the things I keep on hearing. I don't know if it is true, but I keep on hearing from many haters that, oh, Jungkook is supposed to be the most popular member of BTS. I don't know where that came from. But it only goes to show that he's not desperate for fans. So, or do you mean he wants to win Western awards? This is nothing new. They've been accused of this since their very first appearance in a Western award show. So this is nothing new. I think what he really wants is global commercial success. He wants Western pop and then Latin musical. He wants to do all genres. But I guess for haters, global success is Western validation, which is really, really sad, because it used to be that when somebody sets a goal this big for themselves, it was encouraged, because it means that they're not looking at their limitations or their boundaries. They just want to go for it. But now it's being demonized so bad that people are not supposed to go beyond their own country or their own language or their own culture. This is not how it's supposed to be, especially for arts. Art is supposed to bring the whole world together. So I think if there's one artist who are trying to really do all of it, I think it should be encouraged. And I think not just him, but everybody who's supposed to be who is trying. But it's just sad that an artist like him is being used so that people with such a narrow mind can push their agenda forward. I think what's really frustrating for a lot of people is that he didn't even want to release his own album. And okay, so I think this was during the promotion of Seven. He said that he didn't even want to release anything because he was really enjoying his vacation. And that kind of made sense, because even before that, I think it was in their last Festa dinner, he mentioned that he was probably not gonna release a mixtape. They weren't really saying, they weren't talking about releasing their own album. He simply said that he wanted to probably release several singles in succession instead of doing a mixtape. Or maybe it wasn't in Festa. And it kind of made sense, because remember, he is 26 years old and he has all the money he can ever hope to spend. And he has been grinding since he was like 13 or 14 years old. And he finally has this chance to take a rest. He probably just wanted to enjoy his youth, enjoy it while he still has it. It wasn't a strange concept. It's just that the song landed on his lap and he liked it. So for as long as he is not being pushed to or forced to sing the songs that he was given and that he included in the album, it's fine. But I do think it adds to the frustration of a lot of fans that this guy who didn't even plan it is actually getting it. Do I like it? I don't hate it, but I do prefer Jungkook's writing, and that's the truth. There are some really talented songwriters and producers in that album, but I think Jungkook is just as great, if not better, than most, if not all, of the songwriters in that album. David Stewart, DJ Snake, those are some great producers, songwriters, but I will take Jungkook's writing any given Sunday. But that is not what Jungkook wants right now, and for as long as it's not being forced to include the songs that he included in the album and it was his own choice, then we're good. Another thing is that for as long as it is not the same message and the same tone and the same melody over and over again in the same tempo, then we're good. For as long as he shows some variation, and I think he will, that there are different messages there. I don't necessarily need profound messages all the time. I mean, this is a pop album, and as I've said, he is very clear in his goal. But for as long as he shows some range, that it's, as I've said, it's not a repetitive kind of tempo or type or tune or melody, then we're all good. This is not the first time that BTS will be taking a song that somebody else wrote. Obviously, they have Dynamite and Permission to Dance, and he has collaborated, and BTS has collaborated with some artists that I don't like, but that's fine. I can't expect anybody to be 100% in sync with me. It's bound to happen that they will do or say things or create things that I don't like, and that's fine. I mean, we're all different people, different values, different culture and background and tradition and whatever. I can't expect that they will always be in sync with me. That is fine. So for this album, I'm going to listen to it, and the songs that I like, I will listen to, and the songs that I don't like, I will not listen to. I think it's that simple. How about we just continue supporting other artists? How about that? I think that is the most productive thing to do. If there is one thing we can all agree on, is that producers and media from all over the world are already aware of K-pop. So if fans can just prove that their favorites have the numbers, they can trend it, they have hits, then it will be easier for their favorites to be the next one to be highlighted. It's about time that we realize and accept that someone's success does not equate to somebody else's failure. In fact, if you're smart, you will be able to find ways on how someone's success can propel the next artist farther. It's not using anybody or whatever. That's just how we progress. We push forward, we break boundaries so that we can help the next generation, right? So if you're smart, you'll find ways on how to use somebody else's success to help another artist, to help the next generation of artists. The next thing is that it is done. The album is done, and Jungkook is already and will continue to be successful. There's nothing you can do. That's it, you know. That's just how it goes. So, why don't you move on? Let's just support other artists. I think really that's the most productive thing that we can do. Leave the guy alone. I mean, in all seriousness, there's nothing you can do at this stage. There is no amount of criticism, castigation, or whatever is going to change the fact that he is successful and will continue to be. So, given that, let's move on and help the next generation of artists. How's that? Okay, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, you can share your views. You can express your own opinion. You know me, you can say anything that you want for as long as you do it respectfully. And also, you can get in touch with me in any of the social media links that you see on your screen right now. Please follow me on Twitter, because I am going to convert that into an Asian Entertainment and Culture Twitter account. And all the personal stuff I will just keep on Instagram. Okay, and of course, subscribe and hit that notification button, and of course, share the video if you can. It's really helping my channel. I appreciate you guys. Till next time.